Shalom. And I want to start off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Bachar, Chodesh. Honors to my teachers, dad apostles, and elders, the great millstone, and salutations to you, Akim, that's out there listening, pushing forth this word with truth and sincerity, and you few Akwat as well, that's listening with sincerity. I'm the brother Machaya from the Camp GMS Montreal, coming back with another lesson. This one's going to be a quick hit, because we know that the common news that's going right now globally is these tariffs that Trump is imposing upon these other countries, such as China, Japan, Korea, which those three I just named right there, they're coming in unison with tariffs on America. If I'm not mistaken, China is imposing 34% tariffs upon America, man. Okay? So what I'm trying to say is basically, because Donald Trump as well, he made a statement in one of his interviews or conference, you may say. He said that he's trying to bring back America to the golden ages. And one of the ways that he's going to be doing that is by imposing these tariffs from other countries, man. Okay? He stated how that, back then we were prospering because, hey, we weren't taxing our people. Really, we were taxing these other nations. We were putting tariffs on them. That's what made America to prosper, right? So here it is. He's trying to rekindle that, and impose these ridiculous percentages upon these other nations, which is going to lead to what? America's downfall, man. Okay? Already the people are in the upward, right? Edomites are complaining. They're protesting. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You're seeing multiple videos, man. Edomites protesting, oh, we need to get Trump out of there. Well, here it is. They were the ones that voted for this nigga. And now, since Trump is showing that he's a tyrant, now they're, oh, I don't want him anymore. Get him out. Da, 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 da. Man, these people are, they're caught in the trick bag, man. And eventually, hey, this would lead to chaos in America, man. People are already starting to be on the upward. It's only going to increase because even Trump, he said that he's going to impose more tariffs, increase more of the percentages. So, hey, we're seeing all roads are leading to the end for this place, man. Okay, and it's not going to America's not going back to the golden ages, man. And that's a fact because according to prophecy, it's supposed to fall. It's supposed to be destroyed. Okay, let's read this in Jeremiah 51. Okay, and verse. You know what? We'll start at verse 7. It says Babylon, aka America, because we know in the scriptures, you're not gonna see word for word, the scripture saying America. It's gonna say it in code, such as Babylon, Assyria, sometimes Nineveh. Okay, all these different buzzwords. Because if the Lord were to put America in the Bible, hey, I wouldn't be here today making this lesson about America's future downfall, man. Esau would have, taken out all the Bibles because it's coming up against his empire. Okay? So let's continue. It says, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. Yeah, Babylon has been a golden cup. It's the standard of beauty. Okay, here it is. All these other nations, they follow after the vibration of Babylon, man. Okay? Babylon, which is America, has his embassies within these different countries. Okay, he has his stores, McDonald's. You have McDonald's in these different foreign countries, Saudi Arabia, different countries in Africa. They have a fucking McDonald's and shit. And one of the main countries that's following after the ways of Babylon is China. You know what I'm saying? In the book of 2 Ezra 15, if I'm not mistaken, it goes into that. Woe to the Asia that has been partaker, with her or whatever. Roughly paraphrasing. Not whatever, but roughly paraphrasing. Okay? Because the Chinamen, which, biblically, to go back to Moab, they forsook their customs. They forsook the garments that they used to wear that was down to the foot, that was kind of like a robe. They forsook that, and now they're wearing suit and ties. They have all these skyscrapers up in there. There's even different videos on YouTube of how that they have different cities that's vacant of people. They call them, I think, ghost towns, where basically they mass produce these skyscrapers, and nobody's living in them. Okay? And who do you think came up, Salakia, for the noise? You know, I'm doing like kind of like a walk and talk lesson, and passing by a construction site. But regardless, who do you think they got the idea from, man? They got it from Esau. Esau's the one that's living in skyscrapers, man. In remembrance of him dwelling in Mount Petra. Okay? Because Esau could dwell in the cliff of the rocks, right? So you can see how that the world is following the vibration of Babylon, man. The golden cup, the standard of beauty, has made the earth drunken via her philosophies. Okay? That's how he has made the earth drunken. These nations, they drunk the customs of Esau, and now they're drunk. Now they're through. They forsook their customs. To a certain extent, of course. They still keep, parts of them, but regardless, they're following after Babylon, man. You know? But continuing on, it says, um, which hath made the earth drunken, the nations have drunken over wine, therefore the nations are mad. And really, these nations are mad now, man. Okay? They have lost their sense after following after the ways of wickedness. But hey, we're coming to the time that way. Now they're realizing that, yo, this nigga's making me drunk. This nigga's is making me drunk to take advantage of me. Right? They're realizing that now. Now, these different nations, they're making unions. Okay? Like, for instance, hey, recently, China, Japan, and Korea, they're coming together to impose a tariffs upon America. So, hey, Trump is causing these nations to come into unison, man, which is all against prophecy. Oh, let's get Obadiah. We're going to come back to Jeremiah. Because Obadiah goes into that, man. Because these nations, they're right now, they have different alliances with the states, different, Salakia. These nations now, they have different deals with the states, different unions or whatever. But here it is now because of these tariffs. Hey, they're beginning to demonstrate hate towards this whore, man, and seeing that this nigga's mad. What is he doing? He's fucking up business, right? This is Obadiah 1 and verse 7. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have lain a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Okay, so hey, we're seeing, hey, I'm saying these nations are beginning to set a wound under Babylon, man. Okay, they're coming together to come up against Babylon. And eventually, what do you think is going to happen? All these nations that have nuclear capability, as is prophesied in the book of Revelation 17 chapter, okay, they're going to burn the whore. Okay, they will burn the whore representing America. All right, so America will now go back to the golden ages, man. Now these nations are saying, oh, are thou become weak as we? What? You're no more the bully on the block. We have the same technology. We have the similar or equivalent military might. If we come together, hey, you're not the big dog on the block no more. What do you think is gonna happen? As it's prophesied, they will burn the whore. Everybody that bends the bow, okay, which is representing nuclear missiles, okay, they will shoot at Babylon, man. Okay, so no more golden age, all this nostalgic, going back to how America used to be. Nah, that's dead. It's fucking dead, man. All right, I'm trying to say it in my New York accent. It's dead, man. All right. So back to Jeremiah 51 and verse 8. This is the point now. It says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. Yeah, take balm for her pain. Maybe if you impose these tariffs upon these countries, maybe you will go back to the golden ages. Maybe. Who knows? We might give it a try. This is the Lord is ridiculing Babylon, man, because all their efforts are futile, man. Okay, all these efforts all these efforts of doing this to make America go back to what it used to be. Oh, we're gonna bring chaos and then establish order, and then it's gonna be better than the golden ages. Nah, that's dead, man. You know, if so, she may be healed, she will not be healed, man. Verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, for a judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. Okay, forsake her. Okay, she will not be healed, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're an immigrant, if you're from a foreign country, all right, your best decision is to go back to your country, because hey, missiles are prepared to hit this place, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're a heathen and you come here for a better lifestyle, hey, you better go back now, man. Because even not now, man, all these heathens are realizing that, yo, shit, the American dream that was sold to me was a lie. No, really, it isn't a lie, because it is a dream. Because they woke up. As soon as they came here, they woke up, they realized, oh shit, it is a dream. Yeah, it is a dream, nigga. You know, they come here, oh, they gotta work all the time. You know, they compare their lifestyle to back in their country, and to hear, they're like, yo, I'm fucking miserable. I wanna go back. But since, economy in their country is not that good, not that great, they come here for, to get better wages or whatnot. But sometimes they better wages and a better lifestyle. Well, what's better? A better lifestyle, man. Fuck the wages, you know? But anywho, yeah, it's best to go back to your country now, man, because, hey, Babylon will be burned with fire, man. Okay, right now we're still in the buildup, all right? With tensions within the country right now. People are in the uproar, you know? Edomites are not happy. Yeah, man. And eventually, what do you think is going to happen? It says, oh, let's get that in second Ezra. How that they're going to come up against the princes. Let me see here. There we go. This is second Ezra 15 and verse 16. It says, for they shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay? So, these people, they're not going to regard their kings nor princes. Your presidents, your prime ministers, these different politicians, they're not going to regard what's coming out their mouth anymore. Now people are judging their so-called leaders by their actions, because they say one thing out their mouth, and here it is, their actions are saying otherwise, right? Because, all these politicians, they're hypocrites at the end of the day. They're puppets for the elites, okay? They do the elites' bidding, all right? And, these people, they don't know any better, so they get caught in the trap, and then now they're complaining. Very soon that complaint is going to turn to what? Physical. So whether these people, they're actually going to put their hands and come up against their leaders, man. Put hands on their leaders. And we kind of seen that during the C-19 in Sri Lanka, right? Well, the people were in the uproar, they came up against their politicians. They went to his house, they started throwing shit, they were flipping cars. Yeah, these things will happen in America, man. There will be a civil war, okay? You know what I'm saying? So, hey, America's not going back to the golden ages, man. That's a fact. All right? Oh, let's get Job, man. This is one of my favorite precepts, man. In Job 5, how that they will not get to perform their enterprise, man. You know what I'm saying? This is Job, the 5th chapter, and verse 12. It says, he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Yeah. The Lord will disappoint the devices of the crafty. The crafty representing E. He's going to disappoint the devices, man. All these plans, because this is planned, man. What Trump is doing is planned. It's not out of the blue. It's planned. Because Esau wants chaos. Because how else is he supposed to bring order? He needs chaos to bring order, man. And Esau thinks that, he's doing this of his will. This is my plans. But really, it's the Lord's plans, man. He thinks he's going to get to fulfill his will. Nah, man. The Lord's controlling your ass, E. And very soon, he will deceive you. He's going to withdraw Satan from you. And then you're not going to hear any more from him. You're going to be like, oh, yo. Like the fucking show in Netflix, 3 Body Problem. You know, where the aliens realized how that E was actually the devil. He's a liar. You know, and then he said, "Oh, I cannot trust you anymore. Goodbye." And the Edomite was like, "Oh, my lord, my lord, my lord, my lord." You know, screaming. You know, because the alien forsook him. My lord. That's gonna be E, man, saying me lord to Satan, but Satan's not gonna be nowhere to be found. All right. Verse 13, he taketh their wives in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. Yeah, man. You know, hey, no more golden ages for you. You know what I'm saying? If anything, y'all niggas going downhill, man. America's going downhill. Thus saith the Lord, man. You know, the Lord has a purpose to destroy the whole land of America, man. That's facts. It's biblical. Okay? But anyways, I'm gonna close it off there, man, by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachach Chodesh. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Until next time, I'm gonna say Shalom.